Okay. Let's be fucking honest here. When's the last time that I, like, had a little schoolgirl, like, a, like, moment with Bleach, like, cause, like, it's like, come on, he's earned gets again a fucking grand rate, not just a zero, a grand rate. Oh, it's so fucking cool. God damn it, Ichigo. I shouldn't feel these emotions for you. I shouldn't be like, yeah, Ichigo, I shouldn't. Cause like, alright, the fucker's doing something, alright? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck the start of the chapter. I want to talk about the last page because it's so fucking cool. Right. But let's just say fight's going on, blah blah blah, like that, and Ichigo goes and fires off a Getsuga. I don't know, fucking shocking, right? But he mixes it in with his Gran Ray Zero from his horns, mixing it up so it's like a moon, and like it honestly, like when he was like just the way how the panel looked at it, like it was like a crescent moon, and then it kind of added in like kind of what his like full ring kind of looked like, which like the first form, which was like the kind of like the shuriken, which I know what was the hill on it, but it's like that, you know, that kind of like looked really cool, and just there's just that page, it's just him going like that, just slashing like you watch it. I'm like, oh. Do I call that a new move? Like, it's a fusion. I don't know. Like, because we didn't see a name. Like, if Ichigo says that's a new move, and all that, I'm kind of on the fence of saying, yeah, that's a new move. You're combining it. Like, it's like the same way as like how like Rasengan is like you change it into Odama and the barrage and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, I don't give a fuck what the fuck it is. It's fucking cool. It's just like, I don't like, fuck you watch just like that. Just that, the Gran Ray Zero just got boom. It's just like, that's what I want to see. That massive fucking aura of a full Hollow Ichigo mixing it in with like just the sickest shit. So we start the chapter like Orihime getting quite concerned, and of course her words, what a fucking surprise. Kurosaki-kun, like that, and he's just like, yo bitch, like, stop, like that. It's just like there with this big horn out, it's just like tattoos everywhere, it's just like, don't worry, I'm me this time. And it's like, you watch, it's like, you know what, you look a little bit like a Hollow. And Ichigo is like, no fucking shit, Sherlock. You know, the Quincy powers I inherited from my mother, Old Man Zangetsu, and the Shinigami powers I inherited from my father, the Hollow within me. While constantly at odds, the two have finally found balance, and as Zangetsu, I reinforce the two swords. So two are like, you know, one's supposed to be white and obviously one's supposed to be black, and that was the kind of thing that he was doing with the sword. He was releasing the energy, so he could just kind of, as he was saying, wake him up. It was like, yo, he was pretty much all he was doing was just whacking Zangetsu. It's like, motherfucker, wake up, yo, like that. You should have just like, before you entered the room, you should have just fucking whacked the wall a couple of times. So yeah, there we go, it's activated. And it's like, yeah, now they've finally got balance and all that, where between them is maintained, then it stands to reason that they should like come forth if the balance is destroyed. And until now, it's like the balance has been fucking everywhere for the most part. Like, you know, obviously with the Hollow Mask coming into it, and then obviously once it went into full Hollow, that's when it just went fucking, that stability just didn't go anywhere. But he's like, what right now and all that is like, he hasn't fully mastered it, which I was like, I'm so glad that he fucking admitted it. And he's just like, and I'm still far from mastering this power, which is why I use your power to give me the nudge. And he's just like, just Ichigo just being honest, just saying, you know, he immediately just like flash steps somewhere like away from like a healing, and it was just like, yo, Orihime, like, you're gonna spread out a bit and all that. It's like, keep your, you know, Rika like defending Mairatsu, and you know, just stay back, watch this shit. And just coming in, and he's like, oh, you watch, like, oh, I guess I'll use my own sword, like that. And Ichigo just grabbing the fucker, like, yo, like kind of like Aizen, or like kind of like what he was trying to do with Aizen, like way back when he was like during like the whole stuff of the war. Goes that, fucking comes in with the sword, a big old blast coming in like that. And he's like, and like throughout all this, you're just like, you really think that this blade is something that could like hope to pierce me? And that's when we get my favourite moment, where it's like, oh, you're doing a Getsuga Tensho. Wait a minute. It's just like, that's not a Getsuga. Like, that isn't a normal Getsuga. He's fused something with it, and the Grand Ray Sarah, and just boom, like that. That's what I wanted to see. So, like that, like calling it the Flash of the Hollow King, obviously, because that's what I love about the Grand Ray Sarah, is that's what it is. So it's like, what do you got? Like, was it like piercing Flash of the Hollow King? Like, what the fuck? You mix in the like the Hollow King's Crescent Flash strike? I don't fucking know. Like, what you'd call it. But it's cool, and I haven't had that feeling in Bleach in a while. Like I said, like with last week's chapter with the transformation, and I'm glad that we finally got that explanation, you know, I wanted to see. One of the reasons why I really enjoyed that is because that, like, especially with the full hollow stuff, is because at that point of Bleach was where I was in. I was addicted. I was obsessed. I was like, yes, you know, like coming at it as like, yeah, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, yeah, they're all like that, like going at it like, oh, I don't know which one's the best one this week. And like I said, it's been a while since I felt that. I mean, like, how many times have I been like, oh, I don't really care about this chapter, or I don't give me, like, going through that stuff, and it's just like, there's a lot. So it's like going into it where, you know, obviously it's like I haven't been excited for Bleach, and it's like, you know, that kind of shows in the chapter where I'm like, you know, it's cool, you know, going into that with some of the stuff, especially with some of like the stuff that we've been seeing, but whew, the nuts could not contain it this week. I was really, really excited, and I was like, is this what like most people feel every week, like expecting a chapter? Is my black or like cold evil heart starting to feel emotions or something like that? Because like that, I don't know. It's just like it was a really cool moment, and it's just like I'm looking like I don't care. Like right now, this review, I'm still looking at this like these two panels of like just the fusion and just Ichigo's face going oh, like it's just like that, because guess what? That's what I'm doing as well as as I'm seeing that panel. I'm going oh. It's, I guess this is what happens when you're happy with a Bleach chapter. It's like, you know, Kubo, you can do it. You can do it. You can give them a move. Just all you gotta do, just name it next week. That's all you gotta do. Just name it. Give it a cool name. There we go. It's lit. All right. So there we go. Whew. I have to give this chapter a 10 on the fact that, one, I really enjoyed it, of fucking course, but it ignited that, like, something I haven't felt for hundreds of chapters. Like, I haven't felt this, like, you know, I still got hyped during the first part of the war, I think all of us did and all that, like, reading it, and then the second half has been a bit, meh, like, coming into that questionable with some stuff, but honestly, even with that, and I think, because it was like, oh, the full bring, we came from that, and then the first half of the war was, like, really good, and it was like, how did we come from full bring to now this? Like, now it's, like, coming into this and thinking about it, and it's just like, this is how I felt during Hollow Ichigo versus Ulquiorra, like, you know, like, Kyoraku versus, like, Stark and all that, Hisagaya versus, like, Haribel, I think this is what I was feeling back then when I was watching and reading it, and it's like, it's really been a long while since I felt like that, so congratulations. I like, honestly, I think I'd have to give it just to One Piece this week, not like, even if like the other chapters and all that, which I haven't read yet, are fucking incredible and all that, amazing. Bleach did something that I haven't felt in a while, and that was like that passion again. So I have to give it and all that. This could all change next week. This could be, you know, completely different, you know, that. But I have to give it to this week, because now I am really, really looking forward to the next chapter. Even if it's good, even if it's bad, like, regardless of what, you've ignited that passion again, and I have to give the credit, and that's one of the main reasons I'm giving it the 10. That, and it was a good fucking chapter, like, so I'm gonna leave it there. Like, I've gushed enough like that, like, about this chapter, and it's like, this video's getting long. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just like 10 minutes of me going like that, just going around, so I'm gonna end it there. Yeah, like, I'll have to see the other chapters and all that, but even still, like, I think even with all of that, I probably would have to put this in my favourite. You know, like if I can get that passion again, which something is fucking rare to do. So I'm gonna leave it there. thank you very much for watching, as always. If you liked Bleach as much as I did with this fucking chapter, then you should know where to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Thank you, Bleach. Like, it's been a while. It's just, I need to stop looking at this fucking picture because I keep getting too high. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time.